Hello all, welcome back. This is Christabel Dina from Trinity Software. In this video, let us see how to perform e-commerce data analysis using Python. This is a Python data analysis project for beginners. So we are going to perform exploratory data analysis using Python. You need to install Jupyter Notebook to perform the data analysis. In the command prompt, you can just give pip install Jupyter, and then to open the Jupyter Notebook, in the command prompt run Jupyter Notebook, and you will see this window getting open. Here you can create a new notebook. I have opened the notebook. This is the data set which we are going to use. I have given the link for this data set in the description below. And these are some details about our data set. Check for the duplicates and remove them. And we need to identify the columns where there are missing values and drop those rows with the missing values, or you can fill it with some value. And this is the data set which you are going to use. So it contains 8 columns and 5,41,910 rows. Okay, so here the dataset description says that there are some negative values for this unit price and quantity. We need to check that and rectify these. Okay, so here's a beginner's project. I'm going to make use of only 2 Python libraries called pandas and matplotlib. Import pandas as PD and matplotlib is for data visualization. And I have set this pd.options.mode.chained assignment is equal to none, so that the warning messages are not displayed. Okay, so we need to execute this. Okay, it is executed. Now we need to create the data frame. Data frame is actually a 2-dimensional table which contains rows and columns. So let me name it as data is equal to, using pandas read underscore CSV method, identify the location of this data .csv file. You can copy this and paste it here. Should be /data.csv file. Now execute it. We got an error called Unicode decode error. It can't decode byte, invalid start byte. So in order to overcome this error, you can have one more argument, encoding equal to Unicode underscore escape. Execute it now. Okay, now the data frame is created. So we can check the contents of the data frame. If you need to find first 5 rows, means just give data.head. By default, it will display the first 5 rows. Okay, if you are interested in first 10 rows, you give the argument data.head of 10 will display the first 10 rows. Similarly, if you are interested in the last 5 rows, you can just give data.tail method. Okay, by default it is 5. If you are interested in more number or less number, you can just pass it as an argument here. Then we can generate a sample random row using sample method. If I give data.sample, data.sample will give a random row. Okay, if you are interested in 5 random rows from the data frame, you can give data.sample of 5. Okay, in order to find out the number of rows and columns of the data frame, you can use data.shape. Data.shape will give you the number of rows and the columns. To retrieve the basic information about the data frame, just use info method. Will give you all the basic information about the data frame, that is what are the columns available and how many not null values are present in each and every column. For example, in the customer ID and description also not null values are less, and the data type is displayed here. Okay, then descriptive statistics of the data frame means it gives you the statistical data like mean, standard deviation and percentile for the numerical values of the data frame. We can make use of data.describe method for this. So the numerical values are quantity, unit price and customer ID. Fine. So here we can find out that the minimum value is negative in quantity and unit price. So we need to rectify those problems. Okay, next we need to display the data types of the columns. Use data.dtypes. Will give you the data types. Okay, actually we need to change the data type for invoice date. It is an object, but we need to change it into date time data type so that we can retrieve the year and month from that invoice date. And also customer ID should be integer data type, so we can perform these 2 data type conversions. So first let us convert the invoice date into datetime data type. We can make use of to underscore datetime method of pandas. So let me update the invoice date equal to pd dot to underscore datetime. Pass this data of invoice date. Check the data type again. Now it is changed to datetime. Now we have to perform typecasting for column customer ID. To change the data type from float to int, you can make use of asType method. So data is equal to data dot asType method. Here in the form of a dictionary, you can just give the column name, customer ID, and the corresponding data type. Okay. We got an error here, that is int casting NaN error. NaN refers to missing values. So it says that cannot convert non-finite values, that is the missing values, to integers. So in certain rows there is no value for customer ID, so it is not able to convert the float to int for those rows. So let us overcome that missing values error first, then we will change the data type from float to int. In order to check for missing values, data dot is null method. If you just call this isNull method, it will return boolean value false or true. If it contains null values, it will return true. If you want to find out how many null values are present for each and every column, you can just use dot sum method. Data dot isNull dot sum method will give you the number of missing values for each and every column. Except for description and customer ID, there is no missing value in other columns. So we need to concentrate on description and customer ID. As we have seen, description is the description of the product. All the remaining values are all present. So we need not drop those rows. Instead, we can fill that missing values in the description column with string unknown. Okay. Data of description equal to data of description dot. The method to be used is fill NA. The rows which contains missing values alone will be replaced with the string unknown. Okay, you can check this again, data dot isNull dot sum. So now only for the customer ID there are missing values, whereas for the description we have filled it with unknown. Now let us check for the negative values for the unit price and quantity. To find out how many negative values for the unit price, you can just give data of unit price which is less than 0. This is going to return false or true. It's showing only for the first pair and last pair rows. Just give data of unit price less than 0. So here it shows the rows which contains unit price less than 0. So there are only 2 rows with the unit price less than 0. Okay. The customer ID is missing in those 2 rows. Let us drop the rows with the missing values in the customer ID column. So automatically if you drop these rows, the negative unit price problem also will be overcome. Okay. So in order to drop the rows with the missing values, we have to make use of drop NA method. Okay. Update the data as data is equal to data dot drop NA method. The argument is subset equal to column customer ID. Wherever there are missing values in the customer ID, that rows will be dropped. Okay, again you can check for data.isNull.sum method. So now there is no missing values. Now it will be easy for us to change the data type of the column customer ID to into data type. We have already tried this, but we got an error here. So let's use the same method as type to convert the customer ID to int. Change the data type now. Okay, now it is fine. Check the data types again, data dot d types. For invoice date and customer ID, we have changed the data type. Fine. The next thing is in the description, it is displayed that there are duplicate rows in the data frame. We need to find how many duplicate rows are present. So in order to find the duplicate rows, you can make use of data dot duplicated method. This will give you the true or false values. If you are interested in the total number of duplicate rows, you can just call this duplicated.sum method. So it shows that there are 5225 duplicate rows are present in the data frame. Okay, so we need to drop those duplicate rows using drop duplicates method. Data is updated, data is equal to data dot drop underscore duplicates. So now again you can check data dot duplicated dot sum. Now there are 0 duplicate rows. Okay, so now we can check the shape of the data frame. So the number of rows is reduced now, since we have removed the duplicate rows and also we have removed the rows with missing values. Okay, now we can add a new column in our data frame. We need to find the total sales for each invoice. So let me name it as total sales. Create a new column, data of total sales. It is obtained by multiplying the data of quantity and data of unit price. Okay, now we have got the new column. Again check data head of 3. So here total sales is added at the end. Okay, so totally now we have 9 columns, right? If we check what are the columns present in the data frame, you can just use data dot columns. It will give you the columns present. Fine. Now we can also find out the maximum, minimum and average total sales. Data of total sales dot max. We can find out the maximum value for the total sales and the minimum value is negative, because quantity and unit price contains negative values. But we have already removed the rows with missing values for the customer ID, right? So if you execute this again, now there is no row with unit price less than 0. So only quantity will be having the negative value. So we need to overcome that. We'll do that later. So if you check the data of unit price dot min, so it is 0 only, whereas for quantity so it contains a negative value. We need to remove the negative quantity purchases from the data frame. So first let us check how many negative values are there. Data of quantity less than 0. So 8872 rows contains negative quantity. Okay, we need to remove that. So we are going to update the data as data equal to only with quantity greater than 0 is placed in our data frame. Data of quantity greater than 0. We have updated our data frame now. Again we can check the minimum to confirm for positive quantity. So now the minimum quantity is 1. You can find the shape. Number of rows has been reduced again since we have updated our data frame. And also we can check for data dot describe method. So now there is no negative values for the minimum. Fine. Next we need to find out all the unique values in a particular column. So here in our data frame we have country. Let us check what are the unique values present in the data frame for country. So you can just give data of country or data dot country. You can give anything, data dot country dot unique method. Okay, it returns an array. These are the unique values for the country. We can also display the total number of unique values in each column. So you can find out for the same country the total number of unique values can be obtained using n unique method. So totally 37 unique values are present. So this n unique method can be applied for single column or for the whole data frame. For the whole data frame, data dot n unique method will give you the total number of unique values in each and every column. Fine. And we can also display all the unique values with their count in a column. This can be done using value counts method. Again let me check for that country, data dot country dot value counts method. So this is going to display all the unique values and their corresponding counts. United Kingdom is present 3,49,227. Maximum number of purchases are made from United Kingdom. Okay. Here we can give conditions like value counts which is greater than 1000. You can give the condition here greater than 1000. It's a condition. It just gives true or false. So from United Kingdom till Norway, it is present more than 1000. Okay. In order to retrieve the value counts greater than 1000, you can just give this condition inside the bracket. Okay. It gives the value counts with the condition greater than 1000. Okay. Now let us view the purchases made by a particular country, Japan. So we have seen Japan 321 purchases. Data dot country equal to, just give the country name. So it gives the true or false values. It can give data. It display the rows. Totally 321 rows are present. Now we can make use of LOC for label indexing to access multiple columns. So instead of data, let me give data dot LOC. Execute it. Again we are getting the same output. Here if we want to view only the product description, quantity and total sales of the purchases made from Japan. That is, instead of displaying all the columns, I am interested only in this description, quantity and total sales alone. So I can make use of this LOC here. Data.loc, data.country is equal to Japan. Will display the rows. Okay. First is the row indexer. Second will be the column index. Give a list of record columns, that is description, quantity and also total sales. Fine. Data.loc. So now we have obtained for the country Japan the product description, quantity and the total sales alone. Okay. You can also select the purchases of a particular product, party bunting, when the quantity greater than 100. So again data.loc and give data.description equal to product party bunting. So totally 1390 rows are present for the description party bunting. I am interested in quantity greater than 100. So in order to have one more condition, you can just give AND operator here. Data dot quantity greater than 100. So only the rows where the quantity greater than 100 is displayed for the product party bunting. Okay. So now I don't want the invoice number and stock code details. Starting from description, I want all the remaining columns. So I can give the column indexer here, comma description and colon slicing. So starting from description, all the remaining columns will be displayed here. Fine. Now we need to find all the records of a particular product, water bottle. Water bottle is a term present in the description. Find out the products which contains a substring water bottle. So in data of data.description, use str.contains method. Pass this argument, water bottle. Okay, so it displays all the products which contains a water bottle as a substring. So totally 7096 rows. Now let us find the country with the highest number of unique customers. We have already seen that there are totally 37 unique countries. So here we can make use of group by method. We are going to group by based on country, right? And then based on the customer ID dot find out number of unique customers. So let's call n unique method. Okay. So let's execute it. We got unique customers for each and every country. Australia contains 9 unique customers and the maximum customers in United Kingdom 3921. We can just sort it using the sort underscore values. If you pass this sort underscore values, it will be arranged in ascending order. So if you want the highest first, you can just set ascending equal to false as the argument. So now we got the descending order. United Kingdom is the highest, then Germany, France, and it goes on. Fine. Next, we need to find the sum of the total sales based on the country. So we need to group the data for each country and calculate the total sales. Data.group by country, and we need to find out the total sales sum. Dot sum, we can sort the values. So dot sort values. So we got the total sales for each and every country starting from the highest till the least. Okay, fine. So we can visualize this. So let us save this in a variable sales by country. Let me give just sales underscore C. We need to find out top 10 countries. Sales underscore C dot head of 10 will retrieve the top 10 countries where the sales is higher. Okay. Now we can visualize the sales by country. We can make use of this matplotlib. Since we are interested in only the top 10, top sales is equal to sales underscore C. Here I am retrieving the top 10 values alone using colon 10. Okay. So from this we can plot bar chart, that is top underscore sales dot plot dot bar, and just call the method plot dot show. So we got this. United Kingdom has made the highest total sales. Next comes the Netherlands and so on. Okay, if you want to increase the height or width, you can just give figure size. In the plot dot bar, fig size equal to 12,6, the width comma height. Execute it. So width is increased now. Okay. Similarly, we can also find out the average sales by country. To find out the total sales, we have made use of sum method. To find out the average, we can give mean method. So average sales equal to data.group by country total sales dot mean dot sort values and average sales dot head. So this displays the average sales. Here we didn't find UK here, tail of 10. The average sales in United Kingdom is less. It's just 20. So you can check the average sales for UK. A underscore UK. Data dot country equal to United Kingdom. Okay, after this data dot LOC for United Kingdom country. Retrieve the total sales and find out the mean method. Execute it. So we got this value 20.86048. Okay. Next we need to find the total amount spent by a particular customer. Let me save it in CUSD. Data.group by instead of country, let me give customer ID. Total sales dot sum dot sort values. Okay, dot sum method dot sort values. Okay, fine. COST. If you check this, it is displayed in the descending order. 14646, that customer ID has spent so much in purchasing. So if you are interested in the top 10 customers by spending, you can just give top underscore 10 equal to COST of colon 10 slicing. So top 10. Only the top 10 customers are displayed. So in order to visualize the top 10 customers, you can just give top 10 dot plot method kind is equal to bar. Kind is equal to bar. Execute it. So now you have got the top 10 customers with the corresponding total sales displayed. Fine. You can also change the color if you need. The next question is we need to find out the top 10 customers who have ordered in bulk quantity. So instead of concentrating on total sales, we need to find out the customer who have ordered in bulk quantity. So data.group by customer ID quantity. Interested in the top 10 customers, so let me just give head of 10 here directly. Bulk Only the top 10 customers are given. So we can create the bar chart for the top 10 customers who have ordered in bulk. Bulk dot plot method kind is equal to bar. Let me change the color. By default it is blue, right? We can change it to green. So these are the customers. So 14646, this customer has ordered in bulk quantity. The same customer has done the highest purchase also. Then most purchased products. Which product has been purchased more frequently by the customer? Let me group by customer ID in the description. So you can place this in a list. And then the quantity dot sum dot sort values. Okay. Save it in most purchased product. Just check for the top 10 products. These are the top 10 products which has been purchased more frequently by the customers. Okay. And here you can also use reset index. Reset index will give a separate data frame like this. Okay. Next we need to find out the most popular products based on the description and then the quantity sum. So which product has been ordered more frequently? Okay. So most popular. Here we need not use the customer ID. So we are concentrating only on description of the product. So you can give most popular dot head of 10. These are the popular products which has been ordered in high quantity. So if you want to check separately, rabbit nightlight and the quantity is 27,153. Again you can check it using data.hellosim data.description equal to rabbit nightlight. And the second argument is quantity dot sum. So we got this 27,153. Fine. Now let us concentrate on finding the total sales per month and per year. So we need to retrieve the year and month from the invoice date. We are going to have two more columns. Data of year equal to from the data of invoice date dot use this method dt dot year. So you can check the data now. Data dot head. Year is displayed 2010. Let us check the value count for data of year. Data of year dot value counts. Value underscore counts method will give you the unique values. So totally two values are there, 2011 and 2010. 2010 25,673 rows. Remaining rows are for 2011. So 2011 is the majority. We can also retrieve the month from this. Date of month is equal to dt dot month underscore name method. Execute it. You can check data dot head again. Now month is also added. Okay. So columns, two more columns are added. Year and month are added. Now let us calculate the sales per year. Sales per year find out by using data dot group by method based on year month. We need to find out the sum of the total sales. Total sales dot sum. Let me give reset index here. Give sales per year. So for year 2010, the data is available only for the month December, and for 2011, data is available for all the months. Fine. So now we need to find out the sales in 2010 and also in 2011. Okay, so we can just give sales in 2010. Sales 2010. Here you can just give data of year is equal to 2010. Here you can group by month, total sales dot sum dot reset index. Okay, so that is for sales 2010 alone. Similarly, do it for 2011 alone. Sales underscore 2011, data of year is equal to 2011. So here it displays for 2011. Now we can visualize the sales per year in order to find out the best month for sales. So we can plot the graph. Let me give plot dot figure size equal to 12,5. Then plot dot bar method for sales underscore 2010 month and corresponding total sales, right? So sales underscore 2010 of total sales. So the total sales is high, so slash 1000 divided by 1000. Let me give label for this. Label is equal to 2010 sales and color is equal to, let me give purple. Similarly, let me create bar chart for 2011 sales underscore 2011 month total sales 2011 sales, change the color, plot dot legend. You can also give the title for this plot, sales in month wise, plot dot show. Okay, fine. Now we got the month wise sales. So this is for 2010 December. So the yellow color shows the 2011 sales. From this we can infer that the month with the highest total sales in 2011 is November, followed by October and then September. And the least sales is in February and April. Okay. So this is a beginner's project for Python data analysis. So that's it about performing e-commerce data analysis using Python. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, kindly share and subscribe.